Don't get your feelings hurt. Read this.
Hey!
Yo.
This is Short Film Roundup.
Made it.
Do we have a jingle now?
You've made it short. Yeah,
This
I've been
is
working
Short
on it.
Film
I got
Roundup.
I have the music bug.
Short film roundup.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I was
Has that
thinking
been
more
done
like,
before?
No,
More like
that's never been done.
Short Film Roundup.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
Like that?
Kind of like a Western.
Oh,
Like a Western.
Short Film Roundup. How's that?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Not
This is
so
Short
good.
Film Roundup. It is the place where three cursed filmmakers review user-submitted short films. That's films submitted by you guys, the filmmaking public. We get to watch them and
Not forced at all.
and analyze them, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It beats just about anything else you could do in this endless, timeless void.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a
And,
lot of fun.
And D, if the viewers at home are filmmakers, how could they get their film on Short Film Roundup?
Why? There's a link in the description. It's a little Google form link. You click that, fill it out, send it our way, and we'll do the same thing to your film that we're about to do to this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the exact same thing.
Yes. Whether you like it or not.
So today we're waiting on some mail.
Yeah. We're waiting to get our next film in the mail.
Yeah.
Payment mail.
Payment mail.
Whoa!
What? Oh, what a
It is
coincidence.
Payment
it's
mail.
Great
Payment
time.
mail.
Great time.
Great time. The one we're reviewing today is Deadbeat by Jesse Tendler, and it was submitted to us by Eric Grisanti.
Why does Payment write on the side with outlines? There's lines on the back. What a fool.
Payment's not the
Payment
smartest.
just does, yeah, he's not the smartest.
He's not the brightest tool in the shed.
Not
So-
the brightest demon.
We're gonna go watch this film, and you need to watch it too. There's a link in the description. The first link, click on that, and it'll take you to the film. Watch it, come back.
Yeah, give those filmmakers some love too. Like
Yeah.
their channel and such.
Yeah, if they're Vimeo, if they have that, like
Thumb up,
Follow.
heart.
whatever they do.
Yeah.
And then come back here and join in the fun.
Yeah. We want to know what you think of the film also.
Yep. Here we go. Back.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey.
Man, it's just always a really big
Yeah.
feeling of coming back.
Yep.
I don't feel what you guys feel.
No,
No.
Wow.
So,
it goes
uh,
without saying.
that was a film.
That was a movie.
It was. It felt like a scene out of an entire feature.
It actually did. Yeah, it did. Taylor,
Yeah.
you get us started on this.
Okay. Well, it does feel like a scene out of a whole feature,
It
but
do.
but it sidesteps a problem of feeling incomplete. This is a short film that feels fairly complete by the end rolls around. You know.
That's interesting. That's an interesting thought.
I like this movie a lot. I thought it was very good. I like the performances. I like the writing. I like the cinematography. I like the editing.
Holy cow.
Wow.
I liked just about everything in this movie. The only really
Whoa.
pieces of critique I could give were
It's
very
the font.
the font.
The font's terrible.
I don't know anything about. I'm font blind. I don't know anything about fonts.
Work on your fonts, dude.
Is just some very nitpicky technical stuff. Like sound was a little bit inconsistent.
Sound sounded like it was tried to be saved in post.
Yeah.
And you can't save.
Yeah.
That kind of overmodulations.
There, yeah, there's peaking, and there was also some hard cuts in the sound that I noticed that weren't natural. And then there was one bit of this dude's performance when he starts getting really angry at his dad and he's telling the backstory of everything, where I felt like he stopped talking to his father and started talking to the audience. And that took me out of it for a minute.
Yeah, I felt that a little bit too.
Yeah, a bit
Shakespearean.
too much dialogue. Yeah, we went sort of Shakespeare monologue going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt a little stagey.
A little bit. Yeah.
But that's a very small complaint.
Yes,
Very
it is.
small.
Compared to what this film successfully did,
Yes.
which is it made us all feel sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
All
is
three of
what
us.
I believe what it was supposed to do,
I
which
think so,
means the
yeah.
movie succeeded.
Yeah. Believe it or not.
All right.
Nicely done. This was a sad story.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
And expertly pulled off. Freaking good actors
Yeah.
great actors.
Especially
Yeah.
our main character guy.
Yeah.
He just carried it really, really well. And my main concern through the movie was that this is an interesting scene, like an interesting idea.
Yeah.
But I just didn't see room for a payoff. I'm like,
Yeah.
how are they going to make this pay off?
Yeah.
And sure
And they
enough,
kinda did.
they had a great payoff.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
actually had a fantastic payoff.
Yeah.
The end when he lifts his arm to reveal that he has track
The track
marks on his arm,
Yeah.
and he's telling the boy he can't come to the game. I was just like,
Oh.
it hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hurt.
Yeah, it was funny because I had the same kind of like, what's going to happen here? Because we already know there's a relationship here. You didn't really set anything up.
Right.
How's it going to end?
Yeah.
And we've seen plenty of short films that were just built around clearly just the idea of, I'd like to film this.
Right.
Right? And I could see someone being like, I'd like to film a estranged son confronting his dying father.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean it necessarily makes a whole story. And what they've done here is crafted a nice whole story.
Yeah. They had an emotional curve.
Yeah.
Is what you want to call it, I guess.
Yeah.
There was no narrative arc per se, but yeah, I think it pays off because there was so much empathy.
Yeah.
Here.
Especially with how much the son berates his father for the mistakes he's made and all that, and then he
And you come to
is
find
following in the same
it's
footsteps.
It is self-loathing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
more
yeah,
than
exactly.
it is father-loathing.
Yeah,
Right,
and
right.
that was really powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it actually gave me chills at the end. Like
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Yeah, his performance might be the best we've covered, actually.
I'd
I thought
say
it was
it's-
great.
Yeah. I'd say it's definitely the best we've covered so far. In
Yeah.
Our new. I don't know what you call this.
What this year?
2019.
This
Well,
season?
this year for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Overall, it's definitely in the top. Yeah.
even the father. I love the look.
He
of
was
the
very
father.
good.
Yeah.
And they also,
He looks sick.
he looks
He
pale.
looks
They
pale
put a
and
lot
sick.
of gray makeup on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really good. This banter at the beginning where they're all kind of pretending to play nice I thought worked really well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that did work really well.
The sound issue is heartbreaking. If I had made this movie and my audio that I recorded on set had peaked like that, with so much of the conversation is high volume because he's just angry,
Right.
and it was so beautifully done, that peaking would have devastated me when I got back and listened to it. I just would have been like, dang
Yeah.
it.
This is one. It's funny because we talk about a lot of other films that have overdone ADR.
Yeah.
And there was one film, I think just one, that all of us were like, "Hey, that ADR actually worked. Congratulations!"
What we just covered,
That-
right?
Yeah, one that we just covered.
The Red Town, Paint Town Red.
Paint the Town Red. Yeah, that one. And in this one, it was actually necessary in some parts.
Yeah,
And they just didn't
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, but man, stitching in ADR to match the intensity
Yeah.
of the
Oh yeah. It
performance
would've
that
been
they're doing here,
really
it would have
tough.
been near impossible.
Yeah, yeah.
It probably would have made it much worse.
Yeah, and these are, I mean, super nitpicks that we're doing because really the sound, although taking us out technically, it's still, I mean, the performance was
Do
super
you want to nitpick?
strong.
Pause it right now.
Yeah.
The first time we watched this, I was so bothered that a lotion head was coming out of his forehead. That like bothered me so much.
That's
I
really
was just
funny.
like, oh, I just want to pump his brains out with that little thing.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
That bothers. So, but hey, we're nitpicking now because that's what we do to really well-made movies.
yeah.
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 To do the opposite, then I'll let me pose a question.
Yes.
Sure.
So all these elements of the film come together to make it good. So what is it about the elements that, I guess what I'm asking is what makes this film good? Like how does it succeed exactly?
Honestly, I think it's the performance because I think the writing's good. Okay, the writing's actually really, really good. But I think the writing mixed with the performance and the directing, those three things I think really hit home on the empathy thread. The other things make it better, but yeah, those three things I think really.
So,
Yeah, I think so too. I think this is really a performance piece more than anything else.
Yeah.
Held together with a good story. I mean, if it didn't have that payoff at the end, I would have felt
Kinda
unsatisfied.
like
I wouldn't have been very satisfied. I've been like, that was a cool performance.
Right.
But this feels like a complete movie because it had a great little payoff at the end.
Yeah.
Really sunk, really got you
So
emotionally.
everywhere it needed to be great. All the important factors of the film, the directing, the performances, and the writing. Those are probably some of the three most important things that could go into a film. Were all done very, very well. Yeah.
And then they hit all the basics are well enough to where it doesn't distract away from the great performance.
Right.
I mean, if they had this great performance, but in this conversation, if they were hopping the line every time they cut back and forth,
it's confusing.
It would have it would have sucked.
Uncomfortable.
It would have ruined it.
Yeah.
So
the cinematography, I want to say, is actually, I think, really, really good. I really, really like the cinematography. I think it made a good sense of what is it? It's not. You know when you feel like you don't belong somewhere? That what's that called? Voyeuristic.
Isn't that the opposite? Like where you watch somebody?
When you watch someone from afar because you're not supposed to be in that area.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it created this kind of voyeurism because they had a lot of these kinds of shots where we had someone who was in the foreground or something that was in the foreground, and we use a lot of long lenses.
Yeah.
And so it felt like we were always watching from afar. And so it felt not hugely intimate, which I think was the point of the story, right? Because the estranged son is coming off very angry, and you don't want to be in his face when he's yelling. You know, you want to watch him from afar and go, oof, you know, that guy's angry.
Yeah. The thought popped in my head while watching this of, I would have been very interested. I imagined this situation happening in real life and me overhearing the situation and being intrigued by it.
Yeah.
Like that image popped in my head. That's kind of how I felt watching some
That's
of
great.
this.
Yeah, I think that's what the cinematography does.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And shooting this scene, this arrangement in this room is actually more challenging than I think a lot of people understand.
Yeah.
Having one of the three characters being directly in the middle of two others that are on opposite sides of the room, and then eventually once one of the characters leaves, he actually walks around and switches sides.
Yeah.
Keeping the geography all right so that the shots make sense is not an easy thing to do.
And you don't really notice the blocking happening either. It all feels very natural.
When you're talking about when the woman was in there, that they stay on the side of her the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is really nice.
Question, do we see him take off his sleeve? Or does he roll it up or something?
What sleeve?
Well, he's
The
wearing
sun.
long sleeves, which hides the fact that he has track marks.
Oh.
When he gets on the phone at the end, it's a big reveal. And I'm
Right.
like, do we see? Okay, so they're pushed up.
It must be when he's...
I just want to make sure we don't have a continuity error here. Actually, what I want to make sure is that if we have a continuity error, I want to point it out. Okay. He gets
Here
on
we
the
go.
phone.
Here we go.
Cigarette.
Here we go.
And
I don't see it.
I don't think so. I think that sleeve magically gets pushed up.
Oh, it's looking bad.
He's got one hand on the
It's
phone.
looking bad. Here
I
it
don't
comes. I don't know. I don't see anything.
Oh, crap. Oh, no. Oh, no. This movie's about to be ruined. Just completely ruined. Oh, no.
Yeah, you okay over there?
Wait, what'd he do there? What'd he do?
It's so intense.
Was that him pulling?
Oh, no, that's it. I think that's it.
Did he pull his sleeve up while it came? Was that what he's doing?
Yeah. Like right there. Whoop.
Oh, he does. I mean,
guess.
Yeah, because
but why would he do that?
why would he... He looks like he's in pain, and I feel like he's just kind of fidgeting at that point.
I wish.
All right,
we
you
could have
dodged
seen
a
it.
bullet. You dodged a bullet barely.
I don't know.
Because we don't see it.
Yeah.
We still don't see it.
I wish we could have seen it. Yeah.
I'm going to take you from A+ to A. I'm sorry.
Which is a failing grade
Yes.
for us. Yeah.
Yeah, we do pass-fail. A+ is the only passing.
I understand why it was done like that, though. It's to have the sudden reveal.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't want to reveal it by like showing him lift up his sleeve and then put it up.
Yeah. You know what was nice about that shot?
It's more
though?
dramatic that way.
What was so subtle about that whole reveal was that it was just a rack focus,
Yeah.
and then we come back like that.
Mhm.
I thought that was great.
It worked really well, and it didn't linger too long.
Yeah.
I have a question about that though.
Yeah.
Was it an unmotivated
Yeah.
rack.
Well, okay,
What do you think
no.
about that, though?
It is motivated emotionally,
Yes.
but it's not motivated physically.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of that's a cinematography theory that I haven't fully delved into yet. But I really like emotionally driven shots because you feel like they're natural, but they're not.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Yeah. I would agree personally. And I thought it worked there.
I think
It's
so,
an
too.
interesting thought.
Yeah,
To have.
that is interesting.
Another interesting thing is this is sort of like you might call a morality tale or cautionary tale, a tragedy.
Yeah.
And it literally has a long scene of a character preaching,
Yeah.
Yeah.
being preachy,
Yeah.
without the film itself feeling preachy.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Very
And
much.
that's a difficult thing
Yeah.
to do,
Yeah.
It's almost
that's
never
interesting.
done well.
especially
even
in short films.
even in features, it's not even done well. a
Yeah,
lot of
no.
times.
No, almost always when a movie has an important thing a moral to teach you,
Yeah.
it's so hard to avoid feeling like you're talking down to your audience,
Right,
You know,
Right.
and this didn't do that.
Yeah.
I want to say that's because we kind of feel while he's talking through his emotions, we kind of get why he's talking the way he is. And I think if we didn't feel that, like if his whole demeanor wasn't as strong as it was, I think it would come off as preachy.
So you're saying, like, because we were able to fully empathize with him,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
didn't come off as preachy.
If you imagine this whole thing as just a wide shot,
yeah.
and he just wasn't that good of an actor, I think it would feel just unbelievably preachy.
Mm.
You know, because we don't have the shots suggesting things like voyeurism. We don't have his emotions suggesting that he has hatred built up. Like, it would just be just straight dialogue. I think that's what's happening here.
Sick.
Lit.
Dank.
We
We give this film a sick lit dank.
Congratulations.
Oh no! Oh no! You guys are doing that like very military.
Sir, yes, sir.
We noticed while watching this in the credits that there are a ton of names here.
I'd say a butt ton.
One butt ton. Two
Who
butt ton.
are all these people?
So, yeah, so that
Backers.
I see too many cooks.
that would be my first question. Is
They're all directors.
you have a lot of special thanks. You even have a pretty big crew. Like from
Come
what I can tell,
on, you didn't need all these people.
You have at least
You're padding your credits, aren't you?
you have 3 production
Come on.
assistants. Anyway,
Padding the old credits. Mm.
I assume that that everything here is real, but I also assume that you also needed everything here to do what you did. I kind of want to know how big this production was for you personally. Was this something of like a final kind of project, or was this something that you really had to go out and sell? Maybe a pilot, I don't know, but what's your story here?
Why did you make this?
Yeah, that should just be a default
That's just
question
the default
for
question, yeah.
everything. Definitely curious about the list of special thanks. I think we've theorized that it was a crowd-funded project, so let us know if that's the case or not. What are the questions? Any other questions? This was a good movie. That's my question.
This was a good movie.
Yeah. This was a good movie?
Oh, interesting. They have a re-recording mixer.
It was ADR. Maybe the audio was even worse.
Yeah, maybe we can't forgive you.
I didn't say I forgave.
Oh, okay. Well.
I brought him down to an A.
Oh yeah, you did.
But that was for the continuity, not the audio.
Oh yeah. So now we bring him down another.
All right,
a
A
B
minus.
A minus.
Oh, A minus.
Yeah.
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 Fail.
Sad. Ugh.
Just.
You know, the near misses are even worse than the bad movies.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Actually,
not.
but it is.
This movie's way better than
A
that.
minus. That brings you down to like what Mad Max Fury Road level.
You have any questions?
This whole movie, I was thinking, this is a lot like Mad Max Fury Road.
I was too.
I
Yeah.
did too.
Yeah.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one.
There was actually
thinking
one
that.
thing I was thinking at the end was I was like, wow. At first I didn't like it because I was like, this was not funny at all.
That
I really.
that was a
hated it.
comment I was about to make, actually. But I was I'm somewhat serious because when, for whatever reason, the first shot made me assume this was going to be a comedy.
That's funny.
Yeah.
The long shot.
Yeah, this bit.
That's hilarious.
And then seeing him come in, it was just like, oh, here comes our character. Oh, he looks like the lovable buffoon type, silly guy with his beard.
Look at that.
Yeah.
It's like looking around.
He's like, oh, clearly a comedy.
Clearly.
And then he gets on. As soon as he's on the phone, I'm like, oh not
he's smoking.
funny.
Oh, smoking character's not funny.
Let down.
I have a question about the first shot in the ambulance. Did you, by chance, happen to get lucky with an ambulance turning around the corner because you're at a hospital? Or did you get an ambulance and do that there?
Did you build the hospital?
A hospital was built for this film. Now it's
Did you
helping
donate
people.
the hospital to the city? Why is this guy hanging out with a radio and cigarettes in his wheelchair?
I didn't question that much actually.
I don't either.
Which,
I
by
didn't
the way,
remember that.
was really cool. You don't?
I didn't remember that
I
shot.
very much remember. I thought it was really cool how I just want to give props to the visual storytelling that we show the location without showing the location.
Yeah, there was no wide shot like this is the hospital name
Right.
on the building.
Hospital, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't
It was like, oh, we have an ambulance turning down a road. Oh, there's a patient outside in front of a door.
exactly. And we did see Cancer Center.
Yeah.
Right here.
Oh yeah, right by.
But
But it's not. It's just there.
It's just there,
He's
yeah.
walking by it. It's not the shot isn't there.
That looks like a
necessarily.
comedy to me. Cancer's funny.
just naturally looks
A little
funny.
bit.
Cancer is
A little
pretty funny.
bit.
So.
What a
Oh,
movie.
you already asked your questions.
Yeah.
Do you have any more questions?
Any more? I'd like to know about your casting process, and if you have any interesting stories or pearls of wisdom to share with our viewers about your casting experience, because you've ended up with an excellent cast. Did you use an agency? Did you do this yourself? Let us know.
Overall, thanks for submitting stuff. again.
Hey, thanks for submitting us your film. It
wasn't his film. Oh no, it was his film.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, my
kind
bad.
of. Yeah,
Go ahead, continue.
Because Eric wrote and produced it.
Eric wrote and produced.
Hey, thanks for submitting your film. It was very, very cool. A joy and
Did
a
that like it's
pleasure
another take, but we're
to
just gonna
watch,
leave it.
even though it wasn't quite an A+.
Oh yeah,
I still had a great
A minus.
time. Yeah, yeah. You know,
better. Yeah, that was a great film. I really liked it, and I want to see more from.
yes.
from
Please
this
send us
crew.
more.
Which actually, we do have a
Send
few
us
more
more
from Eric.
movies.
Yes, awesome.
I gotta go, guys. See ya.
All right, see you, Kenny. Where's he going?
Where does he have to go?
Where are you going?
Oh, I got that thing. Goodbye.